First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. Here's the kicker, Jake Bates, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Atlanta. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Robinson on a give right side. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Back to Robinson now on first down. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 15 yards, first down Atlanta. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first two plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Here's Penix. Dumps this one off to Algier. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And looking to throw, Penix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line.
That's good. Falcons. First down.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
Tiger. Here we go. Hey, smash Bronco.
They'll start out here with the option left. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Get it. Stop low, 18.
From the gun, it's Hooker. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32.
A gain of 4 yards. It's now 4th down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Falcons 7, Lions nothing.
The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up.
Got it. Ready? 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Hey. Seven Pirates. Ready, ready?
They'll go for it. Hooker. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the give, here's Robinson. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now 2nd and 9. To the air, Penix. Caught out left side by Robinson. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
They're looking to throw. Penix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to...
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Falcons go up by 2 touchdowns. So his strong 1st half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Young Wei Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Ready? Ready?
Throwing. Hooker. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Hooker. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now Hooker. Throw caught by Raymond. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Here's Hooker. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And St. Brown going to have the Lions first down as he'll get this down to the 40. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Second down and a yard. Again, it's Hooker looking to throw. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there of 22.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Working out of the shotgun, Hooker. His pass caught at the 4. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Here we go, here we go. Go.
Hooker to the air yet again. Flush to his right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Third and goal. Here's Hooker. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Allen Robinson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Now the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Falcons 14, Lions 7.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Hooker to throw it. He'll get this one to Patrick. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a 1st down right out of the gate.
18, pioneer.
Looking to throw, Hooker. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And he's brought down. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down.
Couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Go.
He's going to try and take off with it. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Read option, here's Montgomery. And he's going to be met at about the 43. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Hooker's going to throw it. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Tough one there. 1st drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now Penix. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll throw with Penix. And that will be incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
From the 27, Hooker. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
79 Broncos.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This is real simple. When you're in 5 wide receiver formation, you don't have a lot of time to dilly-dally back there. You've got to get the ball out and with some dispatch, because a lot of the aggressive defensive teams in the league, they see 5 wide receiver sets, they're automatically bringing pressure.
And they brought the pressure. He held on to it a little too long. Winds up getting hit as he releases it. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
A gain of 3 on the play. First down, Lions.
So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Let go.
They'll run for the first time with a speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now a 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Hooker. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go. Warriors 70. Maverick, 60 Maverick. Ready.
Hooker going to try and throw for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
Let's go now.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson, 33 yards. And the Falcons have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Let's go now. the 70 Ranger.
Throwing to start the drive. Hooker. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Here's second down. Operating from the gun. Hooker. He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Falcons will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. But here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. They fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. Going down the middle, and it's complete. The rookie from Washington put it right where he needs to. He's got his guys a first down. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able.
Touchdown, Falcons! Charlie Warner, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. This has just really been a solid second half from them, CD, as they add another touchdown to the lead and they start to pull away in what was once a close ball game.
Yeah, they actually put the Jets on in this one, didn't they? Put a little cherry on top with that touchdown. Now we just got to play out this final minute, and they'll get a chance to celebrate a very hard-earned victory.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Back to throw now on first down. That is caught by Laporta. And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them. here the entire second half.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all